Hello everyone, welcome back to Art of Conquest, and today I want to talk about heroes. As any players or many players, I do watch YouTube, I do watch other YouTubers, and I would say that heroes, it's something very important. It's something that other YouTubers are not really talking about it much, or they don't explain it too much. So I will try to break it down to you for human race, the heroes. Which are the best ones? How should you progress? How should you increase their abilities? Which are the most important ones? And stuff like that. I'm caster level 32, so I'm pretty advanced. So through my experience of gaming in Art of Conquest, I obviously met bad, wrong, all this. But the only thing I can tell you is that in 3 months of playing, I lost a single fight. A single fight where full armies are deployed, like full silver, gold, complete armies. I lost a single fight. So if you want to progress as a player, or if you want to be one of the best players in the servers, this is the advice I can give them to you. So I'm gonna start with the first hero. It doesn't mean it's also the most important hero. Avril. Avril at the beginning is very strong. It's very powerful because of this particular ability, Blizzard. Because troops like archers, riflemen, and other squishy troops that have low health and defenses, the Blizzard it's able to do tremendous amount of damage to them. So at the beginning, Avril is very powerful. Later on in the game, like how I am now, it's 3 months in this server, she's a very good crowd control hero, support hero, meaning that Blizzard has a very wide area and it can control the army. If you watch my previous movie, you saw how I used Avril just to freeze enemy units. And also it's very important to have at least 1 point in the rapid cast, so you can cast Blizzard twice in a fight. Any other abilities, Ice Nova, Ice Walls, you can say I have only 1 point just in case it's something I have to do, block some units. But I usually try to avoid it as there are other heroes with other abilities more powerful I can use. Ice Vortex is something random, as you already know the abilities, and it's nice when it procs, it just frees the enemy units. Ice Nova, you don't have the time to cast all the abilities, as you already saw on many other YouTubers. When they go into the battle, they have like down on the bottom, they have like 30 abilities they can use on the heroes. How many abilities can you actually use in a fight? 2, maybe 3, let's say 4. But that's about it. And what I'm talking about PvP, players versus player, or duels, how I want to call them. So this is my opinion about Avril. Don't invest too much in her, but at the beginning she is very good, she is powerful with the Blizzard. The next hero is a purchase hero, is not something I highly recommend you to purchase. She's a very good DPS mage. What I'm trying to say is that herself, only on her own, she does very good damage. Because of these two abilities. The Lotus Fire, as you can see, it has a 25% chance of releasing exploding fire orbs. And this one, Lotus Fire, works hand in hand with Crackling Flames. As you can see, as high as you go, there is more chance that her basic attack is gonna split. So if it's split in 3, if it's split in 4, then it has a chance to go with the crackling flame and do more flurries. And then it's burning, which also work with the same two abilities, which does damage over time, damage per second. So it's a very good DPS hero, but it's not something I would recommend you to buy as human race. The most important hero in the human army is Avalon, as you can probably already know. Now, as you can see, my Avalon, this is how it looks like, and this is how every Avalon, to every player that wants to be one of the best, of the ones they want to win, this is how they should look like. And I'm saying all this from my perspective and my experience as a human race player in this game. And as I said before, I lost a single fight. Arrow volley. Arrow volley packs a punch at the beginning, very powerful, but with the level requirement now, I wouldn't say it's so much powerful as it used to be at the beginning. Summon Archer, very good for distraction. Warhorn, as you can see, the speed is for 8 seconds. It's for 8 seconds. How many hits can your troops do in those 8 seconds? This is the question you should ask yourself. Archer mastery, very very important. Most of my army is archers. Ardent aura, increase the humanoid's health. Natural reader, you don't require more than 1 point. As you saw my previous video, I only use natural reader when I want to max out my troops. That's when I reset Avalon. So as a human player, Ardent Aura, Archer Mastery, these are the most two important abilities on Avalon that you should focus maximum. If you're other races, if I would be other races like Leech, I would max out Warhorn and put as many spiders as I can around Avalon. In those exact seconds, with the attack speed they get from a max ability, I would say those archers would do some serious damage. The next one is Elena. Elena is a purchase hero, and I would advise you, if you play human, that this is the first hero you want to buy if you are going to spend some money in the game. This is the first hero you want to buy, and usually, if I'm correct, the first hero is $9.99, which is not much. Now, as I saw many players having strategic retreat, call of the cavalry, I don't know what to say. Maybe they are useful, maybe they are not. For me, cavalry specialist, this is the most important ability of this hero. The second one is saving lives. As you progress through the game, as later in the game, losing troops is not something you want. Having us less deaths and more injuries, that is something that you want, because troops later in the game, they start to cost quite a lot, and that reduces your ability to fight as much as you want. So this is how my Elena is, and this is how I would recommend it. Strategic retreat. Some players told me that it's very helpful when your tank, for example, is about to die. You just simply retreated. Where your spider is about to die, you simply retreated. But do you fight to retreat or do you fight to win? This is the question. Call of the cavalry. That is a very nice ability for distraction. For distraction is a very good ability, but it costs energy. Then again, it's same as Avalon. I didn't specify archer to calling those archers also costs energy. This is not something you want to spend your energy just summoning some troops. It's better if you boost your current troops. What I haven't done with Elena and what I would recommend you could do with Elena, it's ready and willing. Upgrading this ability a couple of times until Elena reaches a certain level, or the level you are happy with, and then you can simply just reset her abilities. Ready and willing, it is a good skill to go with. Magic resistance, I would advise at least 1 point in it. At least 1 point in it if you have this item, this particular item. Commander's Brigandine. If you have this item, it 1 point in magic resistance is very helpful. Now, the next hero, which in my opinion is the second most important hero in the human army, is Vega. As you can see, my Vega, it's very well equipped. And the ability I'm talking about is Favor of the Sun God. Favor of the Sun God, it's very powerful with a lot of magic. If you have a lot of magic, Favor of the Sun God is very good. The second ability I would go with is Saving Lives. As you can see, my Saving Lives is maxed out. That means it's 7% plus 4% from Elena. I have 11% injury rate. 70% is the basic on enemy territory, so that's 81%. I'm also Bishop, and I get another 10% from that, so I have a total of 91% injury rate. Meaning that if I lose a full group of archers, I actually lose only 2 archers. All the rest of them, they go to hospital. Sometimes if I lose a full group of cavalry, like Crusaders or Templars, I don't lose any of them. They all go to hospital. Sometimes I lose one dies and the rest go to hospital. So it's very helpful later in the game, injury. At the beginning of the game, it's much more important to inflict more damage. But Favor of the Sun God is something that is good all the time. They also, in the last update, they made mana barrier, which mana barrier they made it a lot stronger. But later in the game, the amount of damage ranged troop does, this is almost nothing. Even maxed it out, I did try to max it out, and even maxed out, it's still a low amount of damage in my opinion that it blocks. The next hero is Virion. Virion is also very important for the human race. I would say later in the game. Later in the game, swordsmen start to have a very high importance. Why I'm saying that is taking down the garrisons, even the gold garrisons. You will need silver swordsmen to protect your troops in the front and to protect your catapults in the back. So having Virion in the army to boost even more your swordsmen, it also helps a lot. The second best thing Virion has is the Crusader Shield. The Crusader Shield is not as powerful as it used to be, but it's still something. To reduce 30% damage during the morale boost is very important. Crusader Resurrection, I don't know about it. It has a question mark, but it can also be very helpful if you have enough points to spend. Other troops, Lionheart Blade, I did try it, I wasn't happy about it. Summon Swordsman, very good for distraction. But if you are human race, Swordsman, Mastery, Crusader Shield, this is must have abilities and max them out as well. The next hero, which is also a free hero, is Gazul. Is basically a lich hero, but it can have a very high usefulness as human as well. Solo Scourge. As you can see, it does quite a lot of damage. Is very good ability to use it. I usually use it after Vega. After I do Vega's ultimate, I do Gazul ultimate. That also depends on the amount of ranged army the enemy has. On that occasion, I will use Blizzard from Avalon. So Gazul is very important, and I most of the time use it even when I fight Lich. It's very important to break at least one side so your troops get in, get to the spiders and start killing them. Can't say much more about Gazul because it's a Lich hero, but Solo Scourge is still very good. And then last hero is Grimm's, which is basically a Darth hero, I would say, but it has this ability which is Siege Mastery, which now works for all Siege weapons, and that when he reaches level 30 I'll have 25%. My Siege is very powerful now. I do around 60,000 damage to the wall with level 9 Siege and the Grimms, so it's very good. And Suppression Fire, as you can see, this ability at the beginning is very powerful, but because of the level restriction on the abilities, I don't know what to say how good it is. But as at the beginning everyone had Suppression Fire maxed out, everyone was using it, was able to take down entire groups of troops. So I only use Grimm's now for Siege, which is very good at it as a human race. Now, as a resume, as all I have said till now, and what I want to say is that everything I said is as a human race perspective and as a top player on my server. I have lost a single fight in all these 3 months, and that was versus a full gold army, which I didn't expect. And before update, now with the new research system, things got changed a little bit. Having gold army, unless it's the same race with the research, is not as powerful as it used to be. So the most important hero for the human race remains Avalon. The second one, I would say, is Vega. The third one, I would say, is Elena, but it's a purchase hero, so this is up to you if you want to buy it. The next one, I would say, is Virion. Then I would say it's Avril, Grimm's, and then Gazul. Except that Elena and Valari, all other heroes are free to play. So if it's up to you if you want to spend some cash or not. But these two free heroes, Avalon and Vega, they worth all the investment points and everything you want to give them, ability points. This is all for now. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed and if you would like to see more, please subscribe. If you liked it, please drop a like. If there is anything you want to see about human race, or if anything you want to see, any advice or anything like that, please drop a comment. I would love to help you. So until next time, this is your boy Legend Rooney. Peace out.